Our differences, they do a lot to teach us how to use the tools and gifts we got here. We got a lot at stake. And in the end, you're still my friend. At least we did intend for us to work. We didn't break, we didn't burn. We had to learn how to bend without the world caving in. I had to learn what I got and what I'm not, and who I am. I won't give up on us, even if the skies get.
What? They delivered it. No, my house. Well, can I get my laundry done now? I do.
How we all doing today?
Already started.
Good. How was y'all Thanksgiving?
Good.
Yeah. What did we do? What were we thankful for?
That's we're back to school.
Yes.
With the cross blue shield.
Ooh, there we go. Always good. What else? What else are we thankful for?
This year, my family. I'm thankful for you.
I appreciate that. I'm thankful for you as well. Well, thankful for all y'all coming in today, so we appreciate it. Brian will be stopping in a little bit. But let's get started. Y'all are on time, so I appreciate that. So it's crazy. Happy December. Who's ready for Christmas? Yeah. Oh yeah. What are you buying me?
It's on the list.
No, I'm on Santa's nice list. So, but yeah, so we are 49, or week 49, which is 92% of the year. That's crazy. That's wild, right? That's insane. Yeah. So it's wild. So what that looks like for your DTD2 list is this week you're calling your S's and U's, and next week it's P and F. Brian loves the P and L.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you.
25. When was your actual birthday?
Sunday.
Sunday. Oh, the very end of November. I love it.
Yeah.
Very cool.
It's nice.
But yeah, so anybody want to tell the new agents what the DTD2 list is for? Rebecca's not here, so I can't call her. Anybody else want to share?
I always tell her she's not allowed to answer.
Yeah, exactly. What'd you say?
Make your calls, your SOI.
Yeah.
You mark your database by the number, by the letters.
Mhm.
So week 1 is whatever the letters are, I got it in here. Week 2 is, and then those are the ones so you don't feel so overwhelmed.
Awesome.
Wanting to call.
Yeah, perfect. Thanks for explaining that.
Comes the stage.
Well, yeah, and I think the important part about that is, by the way, good morning, everyone. I think the important part about that is fundamental to your 36 touch is four
Yes.
phone calls, like 4 talk to conversations, and it's send, call, see is the model. So if you just call 2 letters a week, you cycle through every quarter, you cycle through the alphabet, which means you've made, by the year end, you've made 4 phone calls, 4 personal phone calls every year to your database.
And 1, I'm jealous of the food over there. And 2, everybody see the little hat, the little Christmas hat?
That is cute.
Yeah. All right. So we all can stand. What kind of want to lead us on?
Sure. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Hurrah.
We have. Also, I just want to say I love we're on Facebook Live, and Jeff said you're on there. It's great. I love it. So do not call the do not call list. Very, very simple. If anybody has questions, feel free to ask me. You go on our website, you can get the do not call list. The password's working, everything's working. Feel free to ask me if you need to get on there.
Yeah, I just dumped about 800 numbers through it. It gives you who's on the do not call, who's on do not text, who's on Florida. So if you're not using it, go in. We pay like 2 or 3 cents for every number that goes through there. And I would love to see a high bill on that, because we know that running those numbers through the do not call saves you from litigation. And you guys most of you have heard our story of our Des Moines office that our young 27-year-old agent in his first year made a phone call. The guy said, "Gotcha. I knew one of you people were going to call me," and filed a federal do not call lawsuit. And it was a $60 million lawsuit. We as the brokerage got out of it because we had met all the criteria. He went bankrupt. So he's still an agent, but he went bankrupt. So it's serious stuff.
Okay. You mentioned?
Yeah, quick question real quick. In command, when you fill up the contact, does it show there if it's a DNC number?
It does not.
It does not.
Okay.
Yeah, you do have.
Only the platforms you buy do that.
As long as you contact your consumer every 18 months, which by the way is part of the reason the DTD2 matters. As long as you maintain that conversation every 18 months, you're good. You're good. It's just the first time calls, the FSBOs, expireds, anyone that could have a high risk of litigation. In that, in the list, it will also flag. There are people that literally sit around all day and wait for you to call, and they're I forget the term they call them. I'm gonna say known litigators or known problem. It will flag that in there and say this one is a danger Will Robinson one, do not call. I just dated myself.
That's a good one though.
What's the guidelines for emails and text messages?
Great question. Text messages is covered under do not call, do not text. So technically your text message the first time you need to include a statement that says reply stop to opt out. You can send one and then after that you have to have implicit permission. Email is the Wild West, to be candid. So the Can Spam app has some teeth, but it's not as email is a little bit less dicey than the text. The text is the problem. The text is the call.
But if they sign into like a lead platform, then
They give you permission.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Good.
Call, text.
Great question, by the way.
If you're texting from command, your first text automatically does that.
Oh, does it? Okay, good. Good. That's good to know.
like
Thank
from
you
the
for that.
Twilio.
The first one says.
The first one,
Uh,
I believe so.
Okay, good.
Yeah, I don't think they've updated that to take it out, so,
Mhm.
yeah. One thing that we're talking about that you'll get out of today is we're talking about 2026 and what we did this year, can help you push you to next year. So, the bad news is time flies. Yes, it's sad, time flies. I'm gonna be 32 next year, very sad.
Do it again.
Wow.
But the good news is we are our own pilots. So we're our own pilots. We direct our future. Are there any pilots in here? There you go. Yeah. So, and you fly yourself, right?
Yes.
Yes, exactly. So we are the director and the pilot of our future. But let's not forget that. Does this resonate with anybody?
But I think in Quantum Leap, we talk about the fact that we tend to go through life on autopilot. Just kind of doing the thing that comes next and the thing that comes next. And the challenge with that is that when you're especially driven, for my really high D people in the room, which I resemble that, you can do and you can do and you can do, and then all of a sudden you wake up one day and you have a handful of doo-doo. Because what you did wasn't necessarily in alignment with where you're going. So I think I think this is a really good time of the year. We're going to talk about this a little bit today. This is a really good time of the year to look at the year in review and the year ahead. Think about what is it in your life or your business or your relationships or your friend circle or that you're just ready to not tolerate anymore. Where are we needing to climb into the cockpit and be the pilot of your future? Because you do get to decide. You get to decide your habits, you get to decide your thoughts, you get to decide your actions. All that leads to the outcome. So when you choose to be the pilot of your own life, you literally can fly that plane anywhere you want to go to. And we sometimes forget about that. We get stuck in, by the way, I'm human. I do this too. You get stuck in it's a bad market, or there's challenges, or the negativity that you hear in the media and just everything around you. You like that stuff will draw you down fast. But hop in your pilot seats and decide where you're headed.
And if you're not a pilot, I suggest don't get into a plane yet. Take the corrective precautions. So bucket fills. What are we thankful for? Let's take a moment to see what we're thankful for.
I'm gonna leave this off.
Yeah.
I would like to have 300 agents like the people that are sitting in this room. You did not realize the conversation that we were having in the office. You all were communicating, sharing, chatting. And I literally stopped the two of them and I said, listen to the heaven that's happening out here in the office. Our culture is one of abundance, and that's a culture of caring and sharing with each other. And there are people who are not in this room. There are people that are on Zoom that represent this. So I don't mean to leave anyone out. People that show up, go up, and we have an amazing group of agents. And I just want to say thank you to each one of you because you make this place better every day and you're why we're here. So I just want to celebrate you guys.
Yeah, thanks.
That was our Christmas gift, right?
What's that?
That was our Christmas gift.
Well, you always, Diana Kokoska asked the question one time, when do people need encouragement? And the answer was all the time, anytime they're breathing. So, yes.
Especially
Yeah, of course. We're in a challenging industry. We are the third most psychologically challenging industry. And I wish, I need to ask ChatGPT to go find the article, but I read that probably circa 2012, 2013. The 10 most psychologically impactful industries of real estate was number 3. And the number 1 was forward deployed combat troops. Number 2 was EMS and fire workers. Number 3 was real estate agents.
Where's therapists on that? Because I
Yeah.
need
Yeah.
for a year.
It's, yeah. So
ChatGPT is a new therapist.
who else? Who wants to fill someone's buckets?
McKenna. So McKenna, for those of you that don't know, off hours, outside of hours, she will go do reels at listings or different things on the side because as you've seen on her social media, she's kind of a rock star at it. So
Hire.
thank you. Hire her.
Yeah. Yeah.
She's got game on the social
She's
media.
that game.
It makes me look good on it. Took my hair yesterday. That's good. I'm going bald. It's fine. Anybody else have a bucket fill?
I want to, I'm sorry.
Go either one.
I want to thank you for the Sunday reflections. I hope that you continue
Thank
on
you.
Sunday,
Yeah,
even if it's just, it's nice.
thank you. That has been on my list this year and my coach challenged me to go ahead and get it into action.
Yeah,
So
sorry.
again, we're human. We have things that we want to do, but there's concepts, things I'm thinking about during the week that I just want to be able to share with you. So thank you for that.
What is it?
Sunday Reflections, it should come out on
Oh,
like about 7-8 p.m. on Sunday.
okay.
If you're not getting it, see McKenna, we'll make sure you're on that list.
That should be.
Yes, I just want to thank my peeps for all the open houses that you've been doing and keep it up because it will happen. I want to thank Spence for being here today too.
Yeah.
I also want to thank Brad, McKenna, Abby, all of you guys, because it's just a wonderful place to work and you're always on point. So thank you so much.
Good job, guys.
Appreciate it.
Nice. Good job.
So we appreciate you all for that. And something I wanted to touch upon too, based off of what we're talking about, is part of our culture. We have 52 points of culture with Keller Williams, and 34 really stuck out to me today. It was committing a random act of kindness every day. Now, yes, I hold the door for my girlfriend every day, and that's a very nice thing I do. Yeah. But commit that act of kindness. Go out of your way and tell somebody they're doing a great job. Pay somebody's meal forward. Something out of the kindness of your heart, do moving forward. So I just wanted to mention that, and I didn't know if anybody had anything to say about this point of culture. Does anybody do random acts of kindness?
I randomly didn't yell at all the drivers today on I-75.
Yes. That's perfect.
Every now and then I'll buy a coffee for the car behind and I'll ask the Starbucks person to ask my business card. They don't always do it, but.
I like that, though.
Follow Paul with a Starbucks.
Every time, be like, hey,
If you put your sign on the back of your car, then they'll see that's who you are, so you don't have to do the card thing, but then you can write it off as well.
oh, there you go. Right off your taxes. Awesome, I appreciate
Do
that.
any of you have a Perk Your Spear Facebook group? Ooh, okay.
So Rebecca told me to do one, I still use.
So there's a little book called Perk Your Spear. It's written by a Keller Williams agent in Seattle. She has a model that we adopted in our real estate sales team that you create a Facebook group just for your really super special clients. It's a little bit of what Lindsay does with her A+, or I don't know what group.
Supers and A's.
Yeah, okay, good. It's because I get Lindsay's stuff and,
Keep giving me referrals.
all the agents, I have 2 agents now. You're the second one that actually put me on their 36 touch campaign and I read your stuff. I comment. But Per Your Sphere is a model where you take your best people, you put them in a Facebook group, and then every month you do some type of a little giveaway. And we would take, in our team, we would take and load $100 on a Starbucks card. We'd post the QR code in our group, and so we'd say, hey, have a coffee or a scone or something on us this month. Super cheap marketing. We would go for Mother's Day. The girls would go and pick up they had some sources like really inexpensive, like nice purses. They'd go buy like 10 of these nice purses. We'd spend like $180 on I don't know, I think maybe that was like $400 or $500 we'd spend on the purses. We posted in there and then we'd say, if you're a dad looking for a Mother's Day gift, be one of the first 10 to respond, you can come pick it up at the front desk and we'd snap a photo of them at the front desk with it. And we'd give away 10 of something every month. And it's a great way to just engage your people and keep them excited. It's cheap marketing. So
You can start smaller than that too. In the book, it's really, really simple. Just think smaller. The people who really care for you and love on you would participate in it, and then you can grow it from there.
Yeah.
And we have her Real Talk video, right?
Yeah.
So
oh yeah, that's right. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. Forgot.
You want to touch base?
Sure, yeah. We talk a little bit about our mission, our vision, our values, our beliefs, and our perspective. And we sometimes, these get redundant. Yesterday, we were having, I was at a KPA interview with someone that is a really, really high qualified lender candidate for Echelon to replace our missing loan originator that we have. And during the conversation, a topic came up about a family issue that he had. And he basically said, I just want to talk about this now because I think you need to know about it. And he has a daughter that has a really unique health issue. And he said, however he said it, I said, tell me, I can feel like a little bit of emotion behind this. Tell me, what is it that, where's this coming from? They said, well, the company that I'm with was not happy that I had to leave Sundays at 3:00 to go drive my daughter somewhere. And they were not happy about this. They were not happy about that. And I said, let me just share with you our values. Our values are our faith, then our family, then our business. He's a 60-year-old man. He started crying because he worked for a company that put business first and family last. And I think that sometimes these are things that we put on a wall, but when we actually live them, they come to life in a completely different way. And he was shocked. He did not know anything about us as an organization, but he was shocked to know that this is a value that we believe in. So for what that's worth, God, family, then business.
Yeah, I appreciate that. So we had an agent come in and drop some food off, and we realized that we should do a food drive for people. So we are doing a food drive. You can drop off your canned, non-perishable food items. We'll donate it to a local food shelter. It's blocked, but it will end on the 19th. So in a couple weeks. So if you do have some spare food, spare canned food, don't want to give it to people in need as your random act of kindness, feel free to bring it in. Okay. Cool.
I'm gonna have a bag in my car that I was gonna take, so I'll bring it today.
Perfect. Yes, thank you. Appreciate that.
Non-expired goods.
Oh, Rick said he will donate all his hurricane prep food, which he's gonna be replacing anyway.
Oh, wow.
Perfect. Thank you, Rick.
Thank you.
Appreciate you.
Yeah, State of the Market, December the 18th, 2:30 p.m. We'll be going back through the deep dive. We will have one more Fed meeting before then. It's going to be a really interesting month because we've got Trump has indicated that he has Powell's replacement in place. Powell made a comment last night that he wasn't going to make a lot more commentary this month. So I don't know. The brouhaha continues to brew between the two of them. But we'll be able to have a little clearer sense of where rates are going next year. And the hint is it looks like we're going to see sub-6 rates next year. So that will accelerate our industry. We've been, I say this all the time, we've been 3.5 years, the lowest sales pace in US history when you take population growth into account. Otherwise, it's the worst year since 1995. I got it in 1996. I remember the tail end of that. It was a rough time. So for those of you who are new, if it feels hard, I say this often, it's because literally it has never been this hard in this industry. But the key is there's always home selling every month. There's people transacting. We just have to be in the right place at the right time to capture their attention. And that's where your lead generation skills matter. Before June of 2022, you just had to like hold your real estate card up and go, I'm licensed, and people would come at you. Now you got to work a little bit harder for it. But when you make it through this period, we're setting ourselves up for about a 5 to 7 year absolute real estate boom on the other side of this. So hang in there. Don't give up. Don't give up on yourself. When that self-talk kicks in, and I know it does, don't listen to it. Keep going. Keep going.
And then figured you would speak upon this.
Yeah. KW Next Gen was previously KW Kids Can. This is Gary Keller's. If I always say that KW Cares is our charitable arm that deals with the emergencies that show up, like hurricanes and fires and all of the crazy stuff that our own agents get hit with. KW Next Gen deals with the emergencies you didn't even realize was happening in your life. And what I mean by that is you get to a spot, it's a little bit of what I said earlier, you get to a spot in life where you go, this is not where I wanted to be, or this is not who I am as a business owner, or whatever that case is. We've had so many agents attend Quantum Leap and other Keller Williams classes that said, man, I wish I'd known this stuff when I was 20. But Gary went back and said, great, we're going to start an organization that teaches 11 to 17-year-olds and 18 to 30-year-olds how to lead an intentional life, how to understand their own mission, their vision, their values, their beliefs, their perspectives. Kennedy Young in our Inglewood office is one of the recipients of, she's been through the program. She's applying for coaching now. She's been a QL leader at the QL Summit. And when this organization came out, how many of you guys are familiar with KW Kids Can or KW Next Gen? Okay, a couple of you. I had a moment in my life that was one of those awakening moments. And I grew up in a really crazy atmosphere in a crazy neighborhood. And it was a far cry from the life I was leading at a later spot in my existence. And one of my clients who we had sold their house, they had been listed for like, I want to say it had been listed for like 3 years, and we listed it and sold it in like 2 weeks. So they thought we walked on water, and would invite us to these events every year. And on the way to one of these events, it was a Swedish supper, so it was at Christmas time. On the way to the event, my client's driving and I'm in the passenger seat, and he goes, hey, by the way, he goes, I drove through your hometown. And I said, how did you know where I grew up at? He goes, oh, you mentioned it one time. And I was like, oh, I didn't know I mentioned that. And he said, yeah, we looked your family up in the white pages, in the yellow white pages, and there's only one Whitson down. I drove by. And I literally, I think the color drained out of my face. And all he said to me was, he said, I didn't know. Or I think he said, we didn't know. And he was referring to the fact that he didn't know the kind of environment that I grew up in. I was mortified in that moment. My worlds collided. I was in a spot where I had a lot of success in business. Like, there were a lot of things that were really good. And I realized in that moment I was kind of hiding from my past. And I think there's two types of people in this world. There's people in this world that say, I am the way I am because of how I grew up. And there's people that say, I am the way I am because of how I grew up. And you get to choose. And that led me down a path that I went, how did I start in an inner city school district, one of the very few white kids in my school, surrounded by poverty and gangs and drugs? And I always say they were great entrepreneurs. They just sold illegal stuff. How did I go from there to here? And I started to realize there was a pathway that I went through, and there were some classes that I had taken that changed how I saw my opportunities. At that point in my life, I decided that was part of my mission for my life, was to be able to go back and figure out, how do I go help the kid that I was when I was growing up in that environment have a life that I'm leading today? And by the way, this was about 2015, 2016 timeframe. And it's funny how, whatever your belief is, how God works, how the universe works, I had that conversation with myself, and about 2 weeks later, Gary Keller gets on stage at Mega Camp and he rolls out KW Kids Can. And he talks about the vision, and the vision was exactly the same conversation I just had with myself, which was, how do you go help young adults figure out their life mission and end up at a different spot? And so I got behind Getting Next Gen. We raised, I think it was $65,000 or $70,000 for the launch, ended up on the board of directors, and I very quietly behind the scenes, I serve on the board of directors for Getting Next Gen. I've been on it for the last decade. The impact that we have on these young adults' lives, predominantly within Keller Williams, but not always, is so impactful. The stories are so touching. It's hard to put it into words, to be honest with you. So, you have the opportunity to give on your green sheets. Green sheets I dated myself through Command. You have the opportunity to give to Getting Next Gen. Even $10 goes so far. It costs us about $25 to put a kid through the class. We have coaching, so we have our MAPS coaches that coach these young students, and then they get to apply for a Fund My Mission scholarship. They can get up to 2. They get $10,000 to be able to go fund the mission for their life. I'm coaching a young adult right now in the program that when he started off, he wanted to go to college, and now, and this is not my coaching, but now he's decided he wants to come into real estate and be a Keller Williams agent. So it's pretty cool, the transformations that you see in this. So we just want you to know about that and know what that organization looks like and what it does.
Appreciate that.
Good. Umberto.
Yeah.
Morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Give him a round of applause.
Yeah.
Hope everybody had a great Thanksgiving. I am the commercial agent, one of many here in the office. Just want to go over a couple of things. One of them was the different services and industries that we focus on as far as for KW. The different industries are office, multifamily, retail, industrial, land and development, hospitality and specialty, tenant representation, manufactured housing, healthcare, and government services. So all these, there's several different things under each category, and we have different agents in different areas that specializes in different types as far as the services we provide. I mostly focus on light industrial warehousing, and I have done some stuff on the restaurant side and the medical side. And so if anybody has any questions as far as commercial, be more happy to talk to anybody. Just let me know and we can go from there. As far as becoming a KW commercial associate, we have different applications that we fill out. Then they have to be sent to the branch, and then they have to be sent to director and then to Austin for completion there. And there's 2 different levels, which is associate level and senior associate level. And I can talk to anybody that's interested in that. And there is a monthly fee, and the monthly fee is $199. It's $199 a month, and it's paid for at the level here at the branch. So if anybody has any questions, please let me know. Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Commercial is a complete beast of its own, and I know how tempting it is to want to do one of those transactions and get a really big commission. I think the largest referral check I ever saw was on a commercial deal. It was 60, I believe it was 68,000. That was the outbound referral check at 20%. So you do the math on that. The challenge is commercial has a whole lot of potholes, challenges. It's a specialty. There's so many things legally that you can step in and end up with. The commissions look big, but the lawsuits when you mess up are massive. And here's the catch. Your code of ethics says if it's outside your skill zone, you're not to touch it. So if we do a deal that we're not skilled to do, that's a code of ethics violation. But more importantly, our E&O doesn't extend coverage if you're not qualified to do commercial transactions. And who's been involved in an E&O claim in their life? Okay. It sucks, right? So it's a danger territory. Refer it off. Umberto, the team, they'll help teach you some of the things. They'll let you watch over your shoulder a little bit. But send those to the experts for all the right reasons. So cool, awesome.
Appreciate that. Thank you.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to point out, so this actually was extended, the sign up for this class in Orlando. Sign up is until tomorrow. Right outside here on the left, there's the QR code. If you want to scan it to sign up, you still can. And again, it's this Friday. Yeah, so it's going to be a really great class. Jason Ambrose, he's amazing. I've seen him multiple times, and he's just the best.
The orator in chief. He's a great
Yes.
speaker. How many of you guys have spent time or been on calls with Jason? Okay, wow. Okay. He is lively, he's fun, he's energetic. This will be a great class. It's what, $49?
Yep, $49.
Okay, cool.
Yep.
Awesome.
So then we have a nice little quick video for you to watch.
most of us in life, we work so hard for things. We think life's going to be a certain way, but as you're going to discover, life is never a straight line. You know, we're taught that. We think line is just, I'm going to go from here to there. But if you look in nature, you never see a straight line in real nature. If it's a straight line, a human built it. And so it's a process of evolving, of growing, dropping back, growing, dropping back, and challenges are what really grow us. You know, your life is a great story. You know, every person's life is a story. And the question is, some people's story is a warning, some people's story is an example. Right now, you're an example that's growing and expanding, and you have a chance to have this be the most incredible life. But it won't be a life without challenge. And the challenges we're facing right now give you an opportunity to grow like very few generations. You know, I'm sure you've heard of the Great Generation, the World War II generation. If you watch a great movie, if you read a great book, you know, the size and the power of the hero, how much you become as a hero is defined by how tough an obstacle you face, how difficult is the villain, the opponent. And so sometimes when I've been through the toughest times of my life, one of the questions I've had to ask myself or note to myself is, I finally have a really worthy opponent. This is scaring the hell out of me, or this is challenging me, or this is making me crazy. But I also know in my gut and my soul that if I can push through, it's just like you've done in these years. You've pushed through tough times, I'm sure, many of them. But as you push through those, you become more. And as you become more, something magical happens. You don't just grow, you expand in your spirit and your soul and your capacity and your skill. And all of a sudden, fear becomes less and less a part of you.
Very good. So we have a little exercise for you. We are going to, and Miss McKenna, will you just kindly hand these out? This one. We got a little exercise to do for you, and we're gonna take a few minutes and we're just gonna close some open loops on 2025 and talk about what it looks like to move into 2026. And this is going to be called your year in review in the year I'll design. It's a simple tool, but there's going to be about 5 questions. So I'm going to give you a couple moments to answer some of these, and as soon as these get handed out, you will all have them. Don't overthink these. Just take a couple minutes. But the questions that we're going to answer is a brief answer around what's your proudest moment or your biggest win of the year? What's your proudest moment? Number 2, the hardest lesson that I learned this year. Number 3, the one thing I started doing that made all the difference. Number 4, what's the one thing I stopped doing that I'm glad I did? And number 5, a person I'm grateful for and why. Take a couple moments and fill those in. Number 5, missing on your sheet, a person I'm grateful for and why.
Missing.
Okay. Drop down below that and put that in. Stuff in my God.
The pen of everyone was dying. Sorry.
No. Never seen a room full of realtors so quiet.
Fast, I know.
I mean, it's about time. I've used that thing for 73 years.
They've never run out. It's got like an infinite supply of pens.
I think you broke it. Let me hear you.
She's just so passionate when she writes.
It's fair. It's true.
About another minute.
It's fun.
Did you drop these in the chat for the?
They see that.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I'm just gonna type it in and okay. I'm just kidding.
What was number 5? I'm sorry.
Number 5 is not on your sheet. It is a person I'm grateful for and why. What am I grateful for?
Brad is spelled BR.
RIAN. Okay. Looks like we're just about done writing. Okay, if you're still writing, keep going. I'm gonna really quick, I'm gonna pair you up with one other person so that you guys can each share, pick 1 or 2 and just share with each other. We'll take about 3 minutes for this. And here's what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pair, I can get everyone's eyes for 1 moment. I'm gonna pair the 2 of you, 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 and then right there. So take about 3 minutes, get with your partner, share something from the list, share with each other.
I forgot your name.
Guys, that's. You're so. You look like where am
Yeah. That's it. I love this art and
I think that's something I do. But like what I do at night for that.
Was the person I would try to stop.
You haven't seen partners, make sure you vote out an opportunity. Make sure you both have an opportunity to share. How are we doing? One, two, three. All right, we will bring it back together. All right, let's hear how we do. What did you hear that stood out from your partner that was significant or meaningful or interesting? I'd like to hear from a few of you, or you. What was on your list?
I have Josefina in the chat. She said that your number one was that she is president of the WCR Manatee and speaking on a world stage in Brazil, and extended her business globally and to obtain 2 new designations.
Designations. Good job, Josefina. Thank you for being on Zoom and thank you for that. That's awesome. Umberto, I think you had something?
Yep, as far as number 3, one thing I started to made a difference, it's just being silent for about 10 minutes every day.
Oh, that's something, isn't it?
Usually about 1 o'clock.
1 o'clock.
Yeah,
It's a midday, not even morning.
No, half day.
Oh, okay, that's great. You do it 3 times a day?
There's 3 times a day where I just sit and do the box breathing, 4 seconds in, stop for 4 seconds, 4 seconds out. And then I bring into what's grateful or something is making me anxious, or I control my breathing, and then it just lowers the anxiety and brings the level of focus back in.
Resets your nervous system.
Yep.
Yeah, good for you. That's awesome.
Yeah.
We all need to do that.
Of course, start at my desk in the morning. It could be if not yelling at people, I may, you're just breathing at the light. You're just gonna control it.
She pointing at you, Rebecca, when she said not yelling at people. I don't know what that
Or you
was.
drive down.
Oh, yeah. Good. Couple more.
So I'll say Riley's, she is focusing on herself, setting boundaries, and learning to let go of what's no longer serving her.
Good job. Nice. High five to that. Good job. Two more.
Oh, I'll say, one thing I started doing that made a difference, well, no, I did actually really focus on it, but, following my GPS and my schedule and really just like, how many leads do I need, how many appointments do I need and all that, and not ironically, I mean, if you suit up and show up, it'll come, right? So 3 months in and I just got my 5th listing today.
Good job.
Wow.
Good job. But funny how being a team leader prepares you for like the consistency and the monotony of what you do as a TL. It makes you a better agent.
Right, it's boring. I come in every single day and I do
Yeah.
the same thing every
Yeah.
single day.
Good job. Awesome. Thank you for that. Okay, one more. Sylvia.
All right, I'm just gonna go to number 2. I think sometimes you just have to let things go, and we were talking about that. Sometimes you think it's so big what you're going through, but it really isn't, and you have to let it go and move on to the next thing. And it's just a generalization, but similar to what Loretta said, because if you constantly go over and over it again, especially some clients, all right?
Yeah.
And you just have to let it go, move on to the next thing.
Yeah, that's good. That's a huge one. It's funny because someone said something to me, it wasn't what Humberto said this morning, but someone said the other day about Echelon and some of what happened there. And I said, we don't have cancer, like our kids are healthy, like there's so many other things that can go wrong in the world that really, in the grand scheme of things, that's a small issue, even though it felt like it at the time. So good. Okay, good. Anyone else? Want to make sure if there's anyone.
Real
Yeah,
quick.
we got 2 more.
And this happened to me, I've been licensed over 20 years. One of the hardest things that I learned this year was contract review. We had a contract earlier this year and it was for a farm. And we had 2 attorneys look at it. I looked at it, our office manager looked at it, the compliance looked at it. And we all missed that it was closing date for 2026 instead of 25.
Oh, oops.
Because we're used to as agents that everything closes in 60 to 90 days.
Yeah.
All I saw was September 15th. Didn't read the rest of it. So.
There we go.
Very good.
Okay.
Read everything in your contract.
Surprise. Well, that's good. Oh,
Did the number 4, the one thing that I stopped doing that I'm glad I did was, not doing the things that don't serve me, like in my family, if it's realtor events, I'm not gonna go mingle with other agents, because that's not gonna bring me a client. Yes, it might build our relationship as doing a deal together.
right.
But things that, serve my family, my business, first, and then my sanity next.
Good job. Yeah, I love that. Good job.
So I think it's funny, real estate has actually changed my life as a person, because I was so reactive, in general for real estate, just, always on fight or flight. And being in real estate, I've learned to be solution based. And I've kind of trickled that into parenting and just personal things, and learning to pause, and not be so reactive, and just kind of taking a deep breath and responding instead of reacting.
Yeah, good for you. We get to choose the meaning we associate with things and choose a different meaning. Good job. Good job. Okay, good. Now, on your page, you've got a back page. And I'm just going to give you a couple moments and we'll do this part quickly. I'm going to ask you to answer 5 questions. Are all 5 questions on there? Yes, they are. Okay, great.
It's not there on TV.
Okay. The questions that you're going to use on this is, in one word, how do I feel about my business next year? So what's your word that would describe your 2026 business? The one focus that I'll choose to make that will make the biggest difference. One habit I'll protect daily. One boundary I'll enforce to protect my time and energy. And one bold move I'll make before March. Um,
Am I considering a new agent?
sure,
Okay, so I can be repeated.
sure, you can be recommended.
Honorary. You said that when Meg's not here. No.
That's what I did. I
The returning rookie here.
yes, second time.
I got another minute.
But someone born before March.
Yeah.
Go to January. February.
Another 30 seconds. If you're writing, finish your writing, and if you're done, I would just love to hear a couple of popcorns. What did you put down? What was your word? What's your focus? What's the habits? What's the boundary? What's the bold move?
My one word successful, the one focus will be my lead gen and tracking, the one habit will be my schedule, boundary. Saying no to people until my task is complete. Bold move would be filling my pipeline before my cat year starts, which is May, so that I cat fast again. And then be known for the girls club for real estate needs.
Good job, give her a applause. Yeah. All right, by the way, you guys had a lot of smiles on your face when you were writing the second list, not the first list, so you know there's an aha there. You're excited about the future. Sylvia.
Okay, so in one word, I would like to feel accomplished. The one focus that will make the biggest difference is getting down to business and putting the 200 addresses and names finally into command.
Yeah,
It was
okay.
sitting in my book on your desk, which is driving me nuts. I know. From all the open houses, it's
Good.
like the bane of my existence. I want to protect the coffee that I have with my husband in the morning and my group friendships. One boundary I'll enforce is being respected. And then the bold move that I'm going to make is saving enough money to explore Europe next year and go finally on that river cruise that I want to go on.
Yeah, that's not awesome. You love that. Good job.
And take me. And take my friends.
We'll hold you to it.
What else would like to share?
Awesome.
Thanks, go for it.
So my one word is purposeful.
Is what?
Purposeful.
Okay.
Great.
Start being more purposeful in my actions, my business. The one focus that will make the biggest difference is my self-management, time management, whatever you want to call that. The one habit I'll protect is making my SOI calls and not,
DTD2.
make my SOI calls. The one boundary I'll enforce is protecting my time, not my calendar time, not just going, sure, I can do that.
Good.
Actually looking at my calendar and making sure that I'm protecting my SOI calls. The one bold move I'd like to make before March is I'd like to teach a class to new agents that I stumbled in or had obstacles as a new agent. I'd like to teach class for new agents so they don't have to go through those same things.
Great.
And in 2026, I'd like to be known for a top producer that's moving into leadership.
Love it.
Yeah.
That. And we will get you on the calendar for your class.
Just wrote it down.
Everyone will want that. So good. All right. For the purposes of time, is there anyone else that has a burning desire to share? Because I'd love to hear all of yours and I want to make sure I get you out of here on time. Anyone else?
Probably.
Going once, going twice.
Wayne's done.
Wayne? Wayne, you want to share?
I don't have to decide. I'll share.
Okay, good, thanks.
My one word that I want to build my business next year is confident. My one focus, make the biggest difference is action. My one habit I'll protect daily is my time with God. The one boundary I'll enforce to protect my time and energy is a routine of eating and sleeping. And one goal I'd like to do before March is buy my first investment property. And 2026, I want to be known for my dedication to people.
Good job, all right. You got it, that, all right. Share if you want to, share those with us. We want to know what's in your mind and in your heart. So, before we move on, I just want to just quickly introduce, we did have a guest that joined us and you guys were probably on your exercise. Kevin Campbell is in the back. Kevin is is exploring opportunities with us with this living collection. So he's in town. And back home in Minnesota, it's what today?
7 degrees.
Yeah. 7 degrees. What's the wind chill?
Oh,
I saw it. I saw it was like -18 in the point the other night. So, and you guys are north of us. So
Yeah.
that's good. Good. So if you get a chance, you'll see him here a lot tomorrow and introduce yourself, say hi. So good. All right. What do we have next?
Yeah, so one thing before we do, don't just have a great year, design one.
That's a Gary Keller quote.
Yep, exactly. So don't forget, we do have the broker forum. The Facebook page is back.
Yeah.
This is also his broker drive. If you haven't gone into it, feel free to scan this and get into it.
Every document, every addendum, every how-to, every single thing that Barry has on any document or question you have lives inside this link. And if you have questions that aren't covered in there, you can post it in this group. He will filter those, Sally, and he will get back on those. We're happy to have this back because it was a huge, we felt it when it went away, and it went away due to the lawsuit and had to figure out how to navigate it. So
yeah, exactly. So we just want to celebrate some anniversaries. Mike Sheps, 20 years. That's awesome. Great job. Kevin Hart, 16. Aaron Littenstein, 13. Trish. Adam Crawford, 2 years. There we go. And then Amber Cooner, 1 year. Great job, everybody. Great job. If I missed anybody, let me know. Not perfect. So our back end of house, some of the things might have went awry when we changed. So just let me know. Same with birthdays. And then we have a birthday. She actually just left. That's coming up this week. So tomorrow. Wish Meg a happy birthday. I know we have a lot more coming up. So come to the next team meeting to see those shout outs. In case you missed the last one, or the person you invited missed the last one, we have another career night. This is December 15th, so not the week of Christmas like it almost was last month. It's gonna be at 5:30. It's Monday the 15th. Don't forget. I want to help you build your downline.
Database co-ops, people that are in sales, your server at the restaurant that probably works hard and is underpaid for what they do. These can be life changing. How many of you started your career in real estate at a career night? Not a lot. I did. So
yeah, it's perfect. Just a few things. Just touch base upon. Jay Chevy is going to be the keynote speaker of Family Reunion. If you don't know about him, I strongly advise you to look him up. He is huge, and
what's his space? What is he talking about? What's his?
I believe it's kind of like self-mastery.
Mindset.
Yep, mindset.
Great.
Yes.
Oh,
Then this the CEO Summit lineup. It's a huge lineup. Get there to Family Reunion and sneak into here, or I think you have to buy a ticket, right?
You do have to buy
to buy in there. It's huge.
CEO Summit is the day before or Family Reunion, and CEO Summit, to be honest with you, the speakers there are almost better than the main stage speakers because it's more intimate. So there's usually a couple hundred people in that room. It's a smaller audience. It's grown a lot over the last few years. But Family Reunion, is that your next slide, or is it on there?
Yep.
Family Reunion is in Atlanta. The only place easier to get to than Atlanta is Orlando. And I have a feeling we're probably back on the agenda because we rotated back across the US again. family reunion is a smorgasbord of learning, connecting, opportunities. My first one that I went through to, I was not even a Keller Williams agent. I got 3 referrals out of my interactions at that event. So I really encourage you, get in a car, carpool together. This will be a life-changing event for you if you've never attended a family reunion. And it's a couple of days in Atlanta. I forget the dates. It's always right around Valentine's Day. It usually booked in Valentine's Day one time again. What is it?
The family reunion?
Yeah.
It's 21st to 24th.
21st through the
But
24th.
is the CEO the day before?
It's the day before, the day after. It's usually the day before.
It's, yeah.
So that'd be.
So it's a big deal. Good question.
Somebody back there was gonna say something? No?
No, I said the dates were on that slide.
Before, okay.
Yeah.
There you go. I didn't look at
Oh,
that.
yeah, there's Van away.
There you go. All right.
All right, so we just want to continue with just shouting everybody out. So the Gerbil Group, their business is up 695%. That's huge. Lori, your business is up 322%. Great job. Trish, 261%. Amazing. Paula, 217. And the one that we want to first 3. Yeah, just
1,200%.
yeah. I can't even say it. That's
And it sounds like she did one deal last year.
yeah,
Like
yeah.
she's just on fire.
Yep, and there and there are a few people in the audience have a bunch of deals coming up, so I can't wait to see you guys up there. We also had Prabhu, who might be on Zoom, I'm not sure, but just had his highest closed sale of $1 million. So see him, congratulate him. Just our upcoming classes real quick. And we do want you to let you know that we have a team meeting next Tuesday, like normal. But it's our Christmas. So ugly sweaters come with them. Encouraged, you don't have to, but we also have a white elephant and a potluck. So definitely sign up for the potluck here. Now, one thing I want to mention that McKenna might be mentioning is put your names on it. We had 4 people sign up, no names, just what they were bringing. So yeah.
Love you guys, but you wrote what you were bringing under your name. So if you can fill out your name and then what you're bringing, so we can keep track and I know who's bringing what, that would be super, super helpful. I know Brad's bringing, what did you say? Soda. I'm bringing mashed potatoes and cookies, so feel free to double.
Those go so good together.
Yeah.
For me, it is.
Oh yeah. But yeah, and then bring a white elephant gift. If you want to participate, you don't have to. $20 limit. Everybody knows what a white elephant is. I personally never seen one, but no, good. But yeah, feel free to bring that gift if you'd like. Money Monday. Yeah, Money Monday, great. Y'all like making money, making hundreds of dollars or thousands and millions of dollars. Coming Money Monday, we're going to talk about it. The one thing I want to mention, 12/22, that is the week of Christmas. I'm still having a class, but it's going to be a Q&A. So if you want to talk about something, go over business, go over contracts, let me know, come and bring your questions and we'll answer them. So I will still have that class for you. And then the last one on 12/29, 2026, what's next? We're going to plan for 2026.
Great.
Yeah. Penny, what's yours?
Talk about Scrolls to Sold.
Okay, so last time my Scrolls to Sold class was basically about the different platforms, different age groups. Riley was there. Riley wants to say a little bit about it just for the other agents to get a perspective for them.
It was really insightful and super entertaining. We're super good at doing it.
Oh my god, what? No. So yeah, I'm gonna have another one. This one we're gonna dive into more. I know Jason also was there and he wanted more of like a how-to. So this one's gonna be social media how-to for dummies. Not that Jason's a dummy, but so yeah, it's just gonna be very basic. It's gonna be one-on-one. I'm not even really gonna teach as much, just sit with you guys and have like a collaborative one-on-one in a big group where we just talk about things and I teach you right then and there. And I will also be teaching that down in Inglewood. So if you missed my first class, I will be teaching that down in Inglewood on December 22nd.
Perfect.
Thank you. And by the way, can we all agree, does she have good social media game?
Yeah.
I've seen her brain work. She literally one day, she needed to do a video and she goes, hold my phone. And the next thing I know, she's standing outside the window and she's jumping and doing all this stuff. And she's like, just press record. I'm like, oh, okay, I'm just press record. She put that together in like 2 seconds. So good job.
Good job. So don't forget growth coaching. If you're in the program, it's Tuesdays and Thursdays. Tuesdays are going over the contracts. Thursdays are Q&A, and again, that's with your coach Shruti. I think I'll be hosting it today. We're gonna go over to this contract.
Great.
Yes.
And then want to go back to that slide?
Yep.
So Thursday, December 4th and Thursday, December 18th, we are actually having 2 classes in terms of or in rotation, I guess, if you're Q&A. So we have Faith Newman. We are going to be hosting that in this office. And she's going to be talking about the listing contracts in person. So that is very insightful. So that will be replacing Q&A on that Thursday. And then Miss Rebecca is teaching a class on the 18th for all of you to join. So that is what I'm
Last week, 18th.
It's like that's on the
I
18th.
think it's Az's.
As a-
No, EDBA. Sorry, EDBA.
Buyer's agency.
Oh, well, yeah, we'll be going in. Yes, that will be a very good one for all of you. I'm gonna go.
I promise you, she knows what she's doing.
We're gonna talk about buyer consultation. with that. Yeah.
Great.
Not all on that one.
I have on my calendar Murray's doing contracts on Wednesday 17th. Is that on your
Yeah,
side or have I got that wrong?
No, he does.
That's Zoom, yes.
He does it twice. Yeah, he does it on a
Okay,
month.
okay.
Sally, do we have the dates on that? Do we
There
know?
should be on there. Yep. It should be next Wednesday, Sally, and then the Wednesday after.
Yes.
Great.
Yes.
Cool. Okay.
Which is it's one of the next slides.
Oh, it is.
Oh, is it? Okay,
Yep,
good.
coming up.
Always on the tip.
Yeah,
then.
AI Success Series. Oh, I apologize. Go ahead.
No, I'm just, yes.
You got it?
10th and the 17th.
10th and 17th. Where are you? AI Success Series starts over tomorrow. How many of you guys have attended one of the AI Success Series? Okay, great. Thank you very much. We rewrite that class every single session based on the questions that you asked, the feedback. Tomorrow is session 1. We're going into all of the different AI tools, why you'd want to use them. And I will be honest with you, you all have Google Gemini Pro included with your KW subscription. I've never used it until last night as I was writing the class, and I literally got in there and I was like, whoa, I can't believe I had access to this, and it does all this stuff that I didn't even know it did. So we're gonna walk through those. I really encourage you, even if you don't make it through the whole series, although every one of those classes are highly, highly impactful for actionable things that you can go do. Some of you have heard us tell the story about Patrick Mooney in Inglewood, that Coastal Living one, that he was a police officer, he'd never done a video, and he said, I'll never be on social media. In the class, he wrote a social media post, he put it on TikTok. He got, I think he's up to like 170,000 views, and he's gotten a whole just crap ton of leads that came from that one video. And now he posts one TikTok every single day, and his stuff is pretty good. It's boring. I say it's boring, but it's good. He gets tons of likes and gets tons of game out of it. And it all came from the AI Success Series. So plan to be here. Session 1 starts tomorrow at 1:15.
Yep, perfect. So we do have a couple of things coming up on December 11th. Tech the Halls is coming. We're streaming it here. It is on Zoom as well for you. However, come in person to the office. We can stream it because right after that, we're having Ace the Algorithm with Holly. For those of you who don't know, she used to be a team leader. She was KW. She is the mastermind behind the branding of KW Coastal Living and Coastal Living Collection. So she'll be here December 11th, 1:30 to 3. Take advantage of this class. She's a master of the art. Yep, December 11th, 1:30 to 3.
She studies the algorithm changes, the how to do this, the how to do that. The way that Holly's brain works is it's creative genius, to be candid. But she's got so much actionable things that affect how you post, when you post, why you post, what audience you post to. It'll be great.
And just to throw back, if you need them, these are the Real Talk with Top Talent. Feel free. These are the 15-20 minute version that Brian created using AI.
Yep, that's right.
We do have Shift Tactic 7. That we had it here. We're having it over in the Inglewood office, KW Coast Living 1. We'll talk a quick about it.
Yeah, just we had a lot of really good feedback. Who attended Shift Tactic 7? Yeah. Actionable steps on how to make sure you're pricing in the market, how to explain to your clients what's happening and how to get ahead of the market. And it's probably one of the most important classes for our agents to take in this current market. So Heather's teaching that.
Yep, Heather's teaching that one, and it's from 11 to 1. Yeah.
Yeah, can I just say, so I took Heather's Shift Tactic 7. I've taught it, but I took it like as far as agent perspective. And right the day before, the day after, whatever, took the AI listing presentation. So last weekend, I spent time putting that all together with AI and things from that. And this morning, my listing was based off of that, and I was up against other agents and I won it. But I'm telling you that it wasn't me, it was the information and the tools.
There you go. And if you did miss it and you can't go to this one, if you go to our YouTube, AW Coastal Living, the recording of that class is on there.
Good, all right.
Nice one.
Then we got a couple last minute things.
Couple last things. So we are having another contract class that we were talking about. It's in the markets that are here being streamed, turn listing agreements into deals taught by Faith, who is an agent in Coastal Living now.
What Faith is a buyer's agent on the largest team down there. They're gonna do a little over 100 units this year, and they run lean and mean, and she's a great instructor. Quick update on Echelon. So we appreciate you guys' support. I know that Howard has been handling your loans and working behind the scenes. Two things I did not have a chance to say before. One is when everything happened, the team behind the scenes, you guys don't get to see them, but Autumn and Tom and Howard and the people that are our consultants behind the scenes, I sent them the text about what happened. They literally said, when are you available? I said 1 o'clock. I got on at 1:03. I was a couple of minutes late. They had already cleared the schedule. They had every file pulled up. They had a contingency plan for every single thing that was happening. And I just almost didn't have to do anything on it, which I almost wanted to cry because they were so on top of it. We are about 90% of the way through the process of hiring that replacement loan originator that'll be local. We had 2 LOs that came from you guys. Both of them are very strong candidates. I spent about 4 hours yesterday with one of those, and he is really, really, really excited. We're a long ways through the process. So we look forward to having that hire back in place. As you know, we've made donations to the Sheriff's County Foundation, and we got a really nice note. Umberto and I were talking about this, a really nice note back from them talking about how much the support meant. We also are giving in an ongoing way to the Safe Children's Coalition. That organization was not an organization I knew about. I was shocked at how many of our agents have some connection to either someone that's been helped or they just do a lot in the Tri-County area. So we made that a part of our charitable cause. And we had the opportunity to either shut down, rename, or recognize that it was something that one of our employees did that was atrocious, frankly, and it was it was in off time. So with that said, we look forward to announcing that new LO and getting things moving back. In the meantime, Howard is handling everything and is accepting the fast track, so you can still send those through. So fingers crossed next week we'll have an announcement.
Yeah. Just don't forget, there's the Keller Podcast Network, a lot of different good things coming out there. Just a really quick set time. So we all know about Canva. I'm going to quick skip over that. Playbooks. There's new playbooks that came out. Your database assessment playbook, perfect for some fall cleaning. It's not spreading, but
200 people.
Yeah, the 200 people in there. Then speaking of AI, they just came out with an AI playbook. That's the second version. So that's really good. You can find them in the Connect tab, run command. And then you work for Keller, or you work with Keller Williams. Keller Williams Most Admired Workplace 2026. We ranked 5 out of 50 Glassdoor Best Led Companies. Shout that out. Win your listings. Be like, why would you go with this company when you can go with this company? So feel free to take some QR codes, any of that stuff, put it on your social media, and use this to your advantage.
By the way, this is kind of interesting. Chris Cernacki, that's the CEO of our company. Have any of you had a chance to be on calls with Chris yet? He's you may not have had a chance to yet. You have that. Okay, great.
I met him at the summit.
You met him at the summit, great. So I had a weird thing that came up that I had a reason to contact someone at KWRI, and they actually said, well, you need to talk to Chris, the CEO. I went, okay, great. So I get an email from him, And as we're communicating back, he's emailing me back at like 9 o'clock on Saturday morning. I'm like, oh, that's pretty cool. And he goes, hey, by the way, he goes, I'm on my way to Sarasota. I have a second home there. And I said, oh wow, I didn't know that. I said, where do you live at? He goes, oh, well, I live out on Longboat Key, which is where I live. I said, where do you live? He's a block down the road from me. So your CEO of the company, his second home is on Longboat Key. So Sarasota and Longboat is very near and dear to him. And we're on a call today this afternoon, so I'm excited to actually connect with him over that. And so we have a local connection to the CEO we didn't even know about.
That's awesome. Did you get any photos?
One more.
Okay.
Can you ask him if he wants to buy a condo and leave?
I will ask him.
If you want.
Yeah, last but not least, I think this is the last thing we have. Our Fa La 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 Flock Party is our holiday cheer party. You guys should have received a paperless post invite. If you did not see McKenna, we will make sure that you get one. It is December the 19th. It's at the Plantation Country Club again. That's just such a great venue. This is going to be a fun, classy, well put together event. I've seen a lot of the behind the scenes. This is a lot of Heather and Ashley, frankly, working on this because I'm not good at planning parties. But it'll be a great evening. We go 6 to 10. There'll be a live band, dancing, cash bar. It'll be a good time. The meal is pretty to die for. So come, bring your spouse. Please RSVP through the paperless post. And again, if you didn't get it, see what it done, and we'll make sure that you get it.
And we do have one more. Rebecca.
Yeah, it was great.
So real quick, speaking of the MRE podcasts that they drop every single Monday. So podcast number 101, it dropped on September 22nd. Inspired me to do this 8-week challenge. And when I shared it with a couple agents here, they're like, oh, let me do it. So I opened it up to everybody. 10 people showed, 8 people finished. So congratulations. And so what it was, I'm not going to go into detail because of time, but we had 8 different things that we focused on over an 8-week period, and everybody earned points on what they did. And what it resulted is in commitment, focus, and resilience, really, because it's not really fun, but it reminded me a little bit of Bold, but not as intense. And I don't know, Jason, you joined like a week after. Tell us what you thought of it and what it did for you.
It was a great way to put some action behind some of the stuff that we've been learning, especially for me as a new agent. It was just great to put the rope to the ground and get going. It kind of held me accountable to go out and do the things that I know I should be doing. So it was very helpful, and it also provided a little bit of a framework for me too on what I could do to get some leads and push myself to add people to my database and create connections. It was very good for accountability.
Nice, good job.
Good. Well, it was great to see you there every week, and things happen, right? So but what we did is, in order to join, it was a $20 commitment. And even though we unfortunately had a couple people have to drop out, we kept their $20. So the winners were me and Meg. And so I was there every week. So, and kind of leading it and doing mastermind. So I had a little $100 for Meg here, but she had to lead. So this was not easy getting to these points. And we don't have the other couple listed on here, but it was not easy because the points were 1 point for most things, 5 points for a couple things, and I think 10 and 30 points for contracts and agreements written. So it was a lot of work. So I'm just really proud of everybody that came in. They did social media posts, they wrote note cards, they added people to their database, they made connections, put contracts together, did open houses. So it was a lot of work, and I just hope that those of you that were involved continue to do the work. And those of you that weren't, if you guys have any questions on what it is, listen to podcast number 101. Okay? Listen to it every week. You really, really, really should be listening to it every week. Yeah.
All right, give you guys a round of applause.
Thank you.
Yeah. All right, guys, with that, we will call it a wrap. Next week, team meeting here. Week after that is ALC. And I just want to say thank you for showing up. Thank you for being you. Go make it a great week. And if you need anything, we're here for you. Thanks, guys.
Okay, see you all.
What day is ALC?
Yeah, not that big, but yeah. Got it. See, it's always do 16 meetings every day. Good job.